Well, I'm out here in my heavenly backyard winter garden, and I'm growing the brassicas, basically. That's cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts, all growing here in the garden. And they like cool weather. They don't like it hot. They like it cool, and we've been getting plenty of cool weather. A couple of nights it got too cold though, but I did cover them up and protected them. However, the Brussels sprouts, they're the king. They can take it down to about 22 degrees or so before they start seeing any damage to them. But I'm going to cover them up as well. I have the hoops already set to cover these up. I'm already getting Brussels sprouts, not quite ready to pick yet. Maybe by next week I'll be picking fresh Brussels sprouts, even though it's going to be cold. But I'm protecting the garden right now. Let's take a look at the broccoli and the cauliflower. Now over here is my broccoli patch that I've been growing since early October. The plants are about that big when I put them in, and they like growing in cool weather. Not really cold, but cool. And we've had plenty of that. But the cold air coming in, a couple times I had to put the frost cover up over the hoops to protect them from the deep freeze. Well, all of this week it's going to be in the deep freeze, and I'll be covering them up. But right now, they are at the perfect phase for cutting. And for example, let's take this head right here. It is ready for cutting. And there you have it right there. A beautiful head of broccoli. That'll be on the dinner table for tonight. And I have more here to cut. There's some big ones over there. I need to cut and process them then, because I don't want the hard freeze to affect the crowns of the bunch of broccoli. Now over here, I've been picking cauliflower over the last several weeks, and I have another one over here which I've been blanching, keeping the head of the cauliflower covered with the leaves to protect it from the sun so that the heads themselves won't bleach. So I'm just going to take this off right now, a little chip clip here, and open this up right here. And there's a small head right there. It's ready to cut because it's already beginning to spread out a little bit, and they don't like it when it gets below freezing. The plants will handle it okay, but the heads don't like it so much. But there's another nice head of cauliflower for dinner. And this is a cauliflower called Candid Charm. This one's called Candid Charm. Now, unlike broccoli, once you cut cauliflower, that's it. The plant's not going to do anything else. It's just going to die. So it produces once, and that's it. Broccoli, on the other hand, keeps producing. After you cut the head off, more broccoli spears will grow, and they'll continue to produce for at least another, well, about 6 weeks or so of broccoli spears. So I'll be eating fresh broccoli even after I cut the heads off for the next several weeks. That's a bargain. Now this is my broccolini basically, and it's Waltham 29 broccoli, and it doesn't form the big solid heads like I just cut, but it has more of a sphere type with a meaty stem and a smaller head of broccoli on the top. And if you let it go too far, this is what happens. It goes bolting or tries to go to seed, and I should have picked this 2 days ago, but you see the flowers on here, they look good, but they don't taste as good. But the stems will be edible. And then, as I mentioned earlier, as I was cutting the cauliflower, cutting broccoli, I get new side shoots coming up. Every time I cut a big shoot off, more side shoots come out, so I get more broccoli throughout the next, well, at least 6 weeks. I'll have broccoli, fresh broccoli, coming from these plants, even after I cut them. Now this here is my prime raised bed. It's 8 feet long, 3.5 feet wide, and 16 inches high. And I have it filled with organic soil and all organic fertilizers I used to grow this cauliflower. You can see it responded very, very well. But I also want to protect this from the cold tonight and the next several nights. So what I've been doing with the severe freezes has been pulling a cover up over this raised bed to protect the cauliflower. Boy, I see a beautiful head over here forming. So yeah, I want to protect them, so let's do that. I got this special frost cover. I use these little clips here. I'm just going to drape it over. So that's all I really need to do to protect these cauliflower plants from the cold, along with those incandescent lights that I have inside underneath the plants to help give it a little additional heat throughout the night. So these will stay covered all of this week. So I got the Heavenly Backyard Garden protected from the hard freeze and the frost that I'm expecting for the next several nights. And this will hopefully keep these plants producing throughout the next several weeks. I love the cauliflower that's in here. Super heads of green cauliflower. I love it. Anyway. And over here, this is my new raised bed that I'm building. This is a good time, while it's cold, to do the heavy landscaping and construction work out in the garden. I don't want to do it in the summertime with the heat, humidity, and the bugs. Right now, no bugs out here. But anyway, this is going to be the new raised bed. It's going to be very similar to the cauliflower like I just showed you. That one is 8 feet by 3.5 feet. This one's going to be 8 feet by 4 feet. Also in this garden here, I built a platform in the back so I could walk and get in behind this system to work on it this way and then from the other angles as well. You don't want to make it more than 4 feet because you can't reach beyond that. It's about a 2-foot reach each way, and so 4 feet is about the maximum width you want to make your raised beds. Anyway, I'll keep you posted on how I'm building this raised bed and the rest of the winter garden activities and the upcoming spring garden. Spring is not that far away, but it feels like forever as I look at those weather maps. Anyway, catch you later. Bye.